such a God thing. Such a God thing. Hey guys, welcome to the broadcast. I'm your host, Maggie Kavanaugh, and I am here live from Christian Women in Media, the Unlocked International Conference. And Jenn is now our new swim director in New York. So if you're watching this broadcast and you're in the New York area and you're an author, a speaker, a ministry leader, if you're a TV personality or you do movies, whatever, you need to connect. She is our connect person for New York. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited too. November 17th, we are getting together 6:30 to 8. Yeah, seriously. No, but seriously, if you are in New York City, message me. Just hit me up, Jenn Gotzon, at Jenn Gotzon on Instagram or on Facebook, and I'll get you the information.
I absolutely love it. It makes me so happy because, see, I met Jenn through technology like this.
Right.
There was a viewing of The Farmer and the Belle. And Kristen Collier of Creative Motion Network, she reached out and she said, Maggie, I think that you need to watch this movie and meet this young lady named Jenn. And I was like, well, I'm kind of really busy and I got a lot going on. And then I pulled it up and I was like, oh, I seen that. I seen that movie. That movie's adorable. But I thought it was so good. I wanted to watch it again. But what was so cool about viewing this movie is, Jenn, you were in there interacting with us. And so over the course of the movie, I got to know some things I wouldn't have known had Jenn not be feeding me this great information. And so we laughed and we chatted and had a phone conversation. And I was honored to be able to help support her movie.
Oh my gosh.
In Murfreesboro.
You were like our team leader. You were like, because we were going to theaters last year. And God just placed a on your heart and you said Murfreesboro. And we were in the greatest theater in the world.
It was
They
awesome.
were so, oh my gosh, I love them there.
Yeah, they are sweet people.
I'm trying to see if they'll be able to bring us back there again for the season.
I love that. It's a hometown kind of feel. But I'll tell you who really rocked was Justin Peters.
Oh my gosh.
Justin, if you're watching this, man, that was so fun. So I had never met
Justin
him.
is so amazing. He is not only an extraordinary songwriter, a song producer, a singer, but he is an entrepreneur mastermind of music. So like artists out there, if you're like, I've got a song, how do I get it out there? Justin Peters. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
He created, he created 8 original songs for our movie, The Farmer and the Belle. He brought Toby Lee in to sing.
So good.
He brought in Rhonda Vincent to sing. And
good stuff.
Oh, so many other wonderful. Tiffany Ashton. Oh my gosh. The loves. He created these songs and he brought them in. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. And I also got to meet your friend. She's so beautiful. And she came and sang. So precious. Such a precious woman of God. And she was in the film as well, singing in the film with oh my gosh, the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah. John Schneider.
So it was such a great movie. So if you do not know what we're talking about The Farmer and the Belle, Saving Santa Land. And you can watch it. And listen, there's Christmas decorations out. So that justifies Christmas movies.
It's Christmas season now.
I
think October 15th officially, your television stations like Lifetime and Hallmark are like, let's do Christmas. and so it is. So, but yeah, if you want to see The Farmer and the Belle, Saving Santa Land, go to our website. I think we have it somewhere. I don't know
we will put it up. Yes.
Or just Google The Farmer and the Belle and you'll be able to see the gazillion places of where you can watch it.
Yeah, it can be watched anywhere. And if it comes back out in the theaters, go see it on the big screen too to support it, because this has a message of hope and restoration. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It totally does as a message of hope, inspiration.
Yes.
Comedy makes you pee in your pants, laugh.
It
All of a
does.
sudden you're crying and you're watching pigs with Santa hats on and horses and
onesies
wearing heels in New York City and love and all this good stuff. And then God tells us why we are his masterpiece.
Yes.
Oh, but I was going to say, where do you watch it? Can I just tell you, last year we had 41 million minutes watched on Amazon.
Oh my gosh, just on Amazon?
Just on the
And it's everywhere.
Million minutes on November and December.
So awesome.
Guess how much Amazon paid for us to be able to honor our investors? Just take a guess for an hour.
I have no idea.
Okay, we're gonna play. Take a guess. $5 for every hour streamed, 37 cents, or 1 penny.
Well, Amazon is all about making money for them, not necessarily for
Yeah.
those that are promoting it. So, I don't know, buck.
1 penny for every hour. We were one of the hottest Christmas movies that God had ordained, impacting, entertaining, and blessing people
Oh my
on
goodness.
Christmas. We were like in the top spot, and we got 1 penny per hour of 41 million minutes.
This is why you need to go to the website and buy it. You need to go buy it.
It'll help support the ministry so we could go out and be able to bless those who help bless, to be able to put everything together. Can you believe it? 1 penny?
That's ridiculous.
1 penny.
And the production of this film was incredible. I mean, it was filmed on a farm. And so it doesn't get any better than that. And actually in Georgia, right?
It was at my husband's mom's home. She lived there for 100. Well, she didn't live there for 100 years because she's at 100. Jenny would be like, I look good for being 100. No,
Right.
Her grandparents lived there. And so that is the farm that we filmed on. And the little
So
girl with the
special.
red hair, Adele, her and her family, that's where they live. And so all the animals, those are Jim's family's animals. And so everything was
precious.
really pulled from our real life inspiration.
Yeah, and there were so many pieces in there. I mean, that movie itself, I was so passionate about it. And it has a companion books along with it. It has a book for the kids, okay? Oh, this is the new book getting ready to come out. But I want to talk a little bit about the other books as well, so they know how to get them, because there's a lot of good stuff. There's something for your children.
Yeah, Christmas shopping. We should put like Santa hats on. Do we have one?
We don't
We
have
can
one.
pretend this
so,
is a Santa
no,
hat.
my cowboy hat
Here,
is in the room.
I'm sharing my Santa hat with you. Okay,
Merry
pretend it's
Christmas.
red. There, it's red. Now it looks like a sombrero.
We are in Texas.
Jesus.
We're in Dallas. So. I love it. But you can get, when you go to the website, you can see where the shop button is. There is jewelry. And let's see, are you wearing your bracelet?
Yeah.
This is featured in the film.
Yeah.
And hold it up close there, Jen, where they can see how precious it
So
is. I absolutely love
in the
it.
story, The Farmer and the Belle, my character, I play Belle. She gets given this bracelet from her Grammy, played by Sandra Lafferty, that we know from Walk the Line. And she gives it to me when I'm a little girl. And she says to me, I want you to always remember that beauty is on the inside. And I want you to read the inscriptions on this bracelet, because I'm passing it on to you. And well, she now goes to Santa Land, and she's playing, and she's in the pig pen, and well, she loses her bracelet in the pigs, and she grows up. She loses her purpose. She's a fashion model in New York City, the end of her career, aging out in a horrific commercial situation. And she realizes, my Grammy gave me that bracelet. I need to know who I am. I need to know where my value comes from, because something's missing. And so she goes to search for it, and instead she falls in love with her childhood pen pal. And then she goes on this wonderful adventure to learn that true beauty is really when we serve others.
Yes.
And yes, and then she ends up putting Santa hats on pigs and bringing John Schneider in to sing Holly Jolly Christmas.
So good.
And all Becca Shea singing Joy to the World. All this fun goodness.
Yes, it is such a
so
family
fun.
fun-filled movie. And so, and the books that she's talking about.
Oh, they're read in the movie too.
Yeah, they're in the movie. There's a book for children. And then there's also a devotion for moms. And I was so passionate. I bought, I don't know, 100 of them or something.
Yes, you did.
For a conference,
Beauty.
because I'm all about finding your identity. And this whole movie is about identity. You can teach so many messages to yourself through this movie, to those that you serve and those that you love. So you can buy it for a Christmas gift and let someone understand the true beauty does not come from the exterior. And this is a crisis that we have with young people today.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so glad about Beauty and Lights. So share with them.
Maggie, you are just, what a yummy sweetie pie you are.
We're just having fun.
It's okay, so this, do you know that this is the first time I'm talking about this?
I know, I'm excited. I'm honored.
Like literally, because we just got the reader's copy. We literally
I know, I was like, is this
finished
going to be the cover?
in September. and oh my, this is, okay. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Okay, all right, so here we go. Am I doing it right?
Yes, you got it. Yeah, look
All
at that.
Okay, so Beauty and Likes. And it's written by Morgan Threadgill. Now, she herself is a young adult. So we wanted the voice of Beauty and Likes, experiencing God's truth about your looks. This is literally for your 10-year-old, your 12-year-old. It's for
Tweens,
your 22-year-old,
teens, young adults,
for your 16-year-old.
50-some.
Well, not Beauty and Likes. This one is very geared to the voice where you're scrolling on your phone and you're putting filters on you to be able to get more likes and hearts, and you are destroying the soul because you're not comparing up to those around you that you're seeing, and you're addicted to the phone, and you're taking pictures with duck faces and all this stuff, and everywhere you go, it's all about this to post it and to create a different facade. And at the end of the day, where that's coming from is a deep wound that social media has really created this addiction and release of dopamine and addiction in our mind. And so that's what's going on psychologically. So what we did was Morgan wrote all these really cool stories of real life situations. And then we took it to a bunch of teens, and they wrote their stories of what they experienced. Like, so teens are talking to teens. And then we are so excited that Dr. Lynette Sims, she came in and she has a psychology degree, and she is passionate to mentor and walk alongside teens who are really trying to say, who am I?
Yeah.
Why do I feel depressed? Why do I have an eating disorder? Why? And a lot of it is broken down to feeling not pretty enough. So she goes in and then she combs through and gives us some really good hands-on action items for our young adults to say, oh, I never knew that when I get a heart on my picture or a thumbs up,
It's a chemical release.
it's a chemical release. And so I'm being fed by that chemical release. And therefore, if I don't get that heart, it's going the opposite way, causing me to feel not good inside. So Lynette helps us understand what's going on. So if you are aware, you then have the ability to make a different choice.
Yes.
So, and then I handle all the prayers in here. And let me show you, Maddie who's another young adult, did all the art and design.
This is beautiful.
And so it's really just
you guys, stop right there for a second. Here's the take action steps.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So I'm losing my. Okay. So like, for example, true beauty is serving others. We cut that from 1 Peter. So how can you reflect the beauty of Jesus, and why do others notice that? And one of the action steps is when you repeat in your mind 30 times, you're creating a new neurological pathway.
Yes.
And so what we do is we say each day, 30 times, say over your mind what this action is. And this one is true beauty is serving others. So if someone's going in feeling uncomfortable in school and they say true beauty is serving others, true beauty is serving others, all of a sudden they're going to take the focus off of themselves and say, okay, how do I do that? Well, all of a sudden they'll put their focus on the person, and all of a sudden they'll learn that the love that they're sharing, the attention, being present, the listening, to just hear where that individual is coming from. And all of a sudden that beauty is what serving others comes from. And so, yeah, that's what we tackle in Beauty and Likes. And so you could get it on our website, pre-ordering it.
Yes.
It's hitting the stores in December.
Where you can find all good fine books. But I just want to endorse this myself. And here's why, because Jenn was with us at not our last conference. You were at the one before that in January of last year. And Jenn came on and she shared secrets with these young ladies about the filters that you see and the things in the industry that are, they're trying to live up to a standard that is not realistic. And we know that the damage of social media and what it's doing, it's got its pros and it's got its cons. But unfortunately, with the undeveloped brain, it's got more cons. And I see adult women struggle with this, the comparison trap and all of that and so forth, and trying to get things just right. I know grown women that put filters on everything and put filters on their kids. If you're doing that, please don't do that.
And
don't do that.
It's a deeper wound that is in the pit of us, being like, why don't we feel worthy enough just to be who we are with our wrinkles, if we feel overweight, if we feel we don't have the best hair. Like places and people are like, oh, my hair's not done, I can't take a picture. And I understand, I hear that, I understand that grooming and health is good, but if you're capturing a moment to celebrate life, that moment is celebrating life, and we don't need to. I'd like every woman to have the freedom.
Yeah.
I used to be locked up, Maggie, with having to look a certain way as an actress. I used to be
Sure.
locked up and as a teenager that I needed to be super glamorous and super tiny and be on the cheerleading squad and being on student council. And if I didn't do my makeup right, and I had magazines that I would do my makeup and hair looking just like like Jenny Garth, that was who I looked up to, and I would chisel my face with contouring. And I would go out of the house and I could not leave unless I had a full face of makeup and hair. And then when I went through the divorce years later, God reminded me that's where the wound is. And then the Lord took me on a journey to say, how do you overcome that?
Yeah.
And then he said, this is how. And we took all of those principles, and there's 5 of them, and we threaded it through The Farmer and the Belle, wrote it on a bracelet, revealed them through books, resources, our children's book that Mike Naraki wrote called Beautiful Mabel. That's right in the movie. The level 2 and 3 age range. Oh my gosh.
You need that one for your itty bitties. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You need it for your itty bitties. It's a great story because they need, I'm telling you, the enemy, he comes after them young.
Oh my
and
gosh.
he is not creative, so he used the same lie. No one cares. No one loves you. You're not pretty. We've all heard that. I know every single woman. I've been ministering to women for over 20 years, and they all hear the same lie.
Yeah.
I'm not measuring up. I don't look good enough. I'm nothing unless I do this and that. And it just gets us in a cycle. And what we're asking you to do is consider freedom. And freedom comes from knowing the truth. And with this book here, this is a way to help the next generation. We're passionate. Jenn got on FaceTime with me and went table to table with each young lady, destroying the lies of the enemy and bringing truth. And they all left with a devotion. And now those devotions are sitting in their houses. And every time that they feel discouraged, they can go and find out the truth. Now, this right here is incredible because it's based on the same principles like the joyful giver. I mean, it's all threaded throughout. But I'm telling you, I encourage you. Get a case of these. At least.
Seriously, if you want,
buy 100
for your if you run a ministry, and we can support you on the farmerandthebell.net/shop, you'll see our email. So send us an email. My husband and I, Jim E. Chandler, I love him.
He's a great actor too.
He plays a farmer.
Yes,
in the Farmer and the Belle, and we now have a little 2-year-old boy.
Sweet baby pie. James.
Anyways, like I derailed. If you have a ministry and you would like to get a bulk order, send a message, and then Jim and I will get that for you, because that's really what our heart is to be able to help bring freedom and help people believe in themselves again and who God created you to be.
No.
All ages. It's special. It's special, Maggie.
It's super special because
you are so special.
We need that's
you
because of Jesus.
Do you know? Maggie has been this extraordinary woman of vision and extrovert who takes all this excitement and zeal and passion to pour in to be able to help bring life and keys of purpose to everyone she sees.
Aww, it's so sweet.
It's so glorious and beautiful. And I think that's one of the things that makes you so radiant, beautiful, is that you are so obedient to your calling, which is one of the 5th things that we talk about, is when you are obedient to your calling, knowing that God has plans to prosper us and not to harm us. God goes before us and behind us. He commands us to be strong and courageous. And we take that and we step into the calling he's given us. There's a confidence and a radiance that glows. And Maggie, you are the perfect example of that beauty that glows because you are operating in your calling. But it's one of the reasons what makes someone beautiful.
You know, it is an inner beauty. And I've spent so many years in disobedience. And I believe I'm looking younger. The freer I get, the more younger I look. And it's not about looks. It's about what's on the inside. Man looks on the outside. God looks at the heart.
Hallelujah.
And I am so glad. And thank you for your kind words. That's so sweet. Words of affirmation. See, I didn't know I was going to get ministered to. I wasn't even going to make it to Dallas. And here I am with Jenn. And so grateful to spend the time with her because she is absolutely a jewel. But what her and Jim are doing is amazing because movies with a purpose and a mission behind it. So you might be thinking you're watching just a Christmas movie. You're not. You're watching a deliverance movie, getting delivered from the mindsets and the strongholds and stuff. But now there's plans for something that I'm very passionate about. because, and I can relate to Farmer in the Bell because I married my junior high sweetheart. But the whole marriage piece is so incredibly important. And you are both in the industry, so you both travel and you have a lot going on, but you put Christ in the center of your relationship, and it's such a beautiful thing. And they're working on a project, so share.
So the Farmer in the Bell 2, it's like City Slickers meet Sweet Home Alabama. The backdrop's going to be a rodeo. We're going to have
Are you going to wear that hat?
Well, I'm going to wear definitely a hat.
Mm-hmm. It's all about the hat.
It might be this hat. We could claim this hat, but we're actually looking for a Western sponsor to be able to sponsor the hats.
Yes,
and we're
that would be awesome.
Brand and corporation. No, seriously. So if you own a Western
store, reach out.
or a hat creator, yeah, seriously. Okay. So the storyline of the sequel is so much fun. So we now fast forward. Josh and Belle have been married for 5 years, and they inherit the camp that they met at, which is truly Jim's mom's camp. Truly been around for many years to bring God's truth to kids. Well, they inherit it. Well, it's now, it's going to die. There's nobody coming. So they decide we need to get enrollees. So they decide, why don't we do a competition? Who can get more enrollees, you or me? And so Josh, secretly as a cowboy pastor, he says, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get back up on that bull, and I'm going to be the oldest cowboy to ride a bull. And I'm going to use that as a way to share with everyone, come to Camp Newton, and be a way to let all of the people at the rodeo know about Camp Newton. That's how he figures how he's going to get enrollees. Meanwhile, I'm like, I go back to my fashion roots, and I take all the farm animals and I put them on one cray-cray runway fashion show. We're dressing up the pigs, we're dressing up the goats, the cats, and they're gonna go on down on the fashion show route with the animals, and all mayhem's gonna break loose, conflict's gonna hit, blah 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 blah, explosions, maybe not explosions, and then what we realize after all this fun and hilarity, what really needs to be saved is their marriage.
That's good.
Because they went their own way. Josh was feeling disrespected. Belle's heart has hardened because she's felt unloved. And she felt like she needed to go find herself and her identity somewhere else instead of the companionship of marriage. He didn't feel supported, wanting to conquer his dream and be the leader and the provider of the family. And so a mentor, a PBR veteran, comes in and says, Josh, you need to do a 30-day marriage challenge. Ooh. And so we see these couple who's now apart start to learn how to come together through love and respect, through these wonderful ways of learning how to be in marriage together.
I love it.
And so what we're doing right now, Maggie, is we're literally researching what are the actual pain points in marriage.
Yeah.
Because we as storytellers can come up with things that we understand in our own life, but we want to understand what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
Because if we're creating stories to help uplift and bring freedom to you, we need to know what's happening with you. So we have an anonymous survey that takes about 1.5 to 2 minutes. We derived that survey. We had a small research group based on the book Love and Respect by Emerson Eggerichs. And we went deep with it, and we started to pull out what can really be a way to start to identify what is a common thread that marriages are really struggling with.
Yeah.
And so we'll take those, and that's what we're going to incorporate in as the marriage challenge.
I love it.
Yeah. So if you want to do that marriage challenge, maybe Maggie, I'll give you the link, and it could.
Yes, we'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, be in this situation. Just click on it. It's anonymous, so nobody knows. But it will help us gather the real data, so we can be able to make the best effective story that can really, even if we make one little notch of a change in our marriage, just a notch of a thought, that ship trajectory will just turn just a little bit and will go a different way, just a notch to a different destination. And God has the ability to equip us and to help us forgive, help us open our hearts. God has the ability to help us heal when the pain is so deep, but it's deep wounds that most marriages struggle with. So yeah, let's breathe into those, and let's find some freedom and laughter again back in marriage.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be so good, guys, and you've got to check this out. You know how passionate I am about marriage. I had a really bad one. I have a really good one now, and
Me
of
too,
course,
me too.
you know, yeah, hallelujah for the good ones. But and you know, you may not even know this, but that's part of our ministry. I'm a marriage counselor. And so,
Maggie, I don't think I knew
you
that.
didn't know that. Yeah, I'm a trainer for Prepare and Rich, which is a organization. And so I know lots about marriage. We're going to have to talk, girl. I have to give you some tips. And I'm going to do that survey, and I'm encouraging you, because the more data they get, the better off it's going to be. And it's going to encourage you and those that you love. Marriage is a covenant, and we need to have every little bit. And there are people that will watch a movie that won't go to marriage counseling right now. And hopefully, as a result of seeing them work through it, you guys do get counseling, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was like, hold on, you got to rewrite the script here. No, I'm just kidding. Or even couples that are dating to get premarital counseling and realize what they're going into. So this is really a big project, and this is something that you need to be praying about. You need to get involved, and you need to make sure that you support this ministry. And it's The Farmer and the Bell.
You have to sing it. The Farmer
and the Bell. The Farmer and the Bell.
B-L-L-E, Bell.
And make sure that you put this on your holiday wish list.
It's such a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Maggie, we're releasing on Peacock, so we're excited. The Farmer and the Bell. This will be our 3rd year that we're out. We released 2020 in Christmas, and we were an Amazon bestseller for 6 weeks. And then last year we came to small theaters. A year after COVID, we released, and it was so much fun. And we're coming back to some of those theaters again this year. And now our season 3. We're coming out in Peacock, and but I think one of the greatest places where you could watch it is like if you add it to your digital library, and you add it to your digital library, then you could watch it without ads and just enjoy it forever as a holiday tradition with your family.
To buy it and go to the website and get some of the accessories and some of the resources, because there's teaching moments in all of it. So if you could leave the audience with a key.
Oh gosh, the key.
A key.
I have a key. Let me see.
Oh, that's confirmation for me. Is it a key that came out today from our podcast friend?
Is it? I got the key. Okay.
All right.
Aha.
I love it.
What is this? These are pearls. Guess what? There's a lot of pearls on here.
Yes.
They're fake pearls, but they're pearls. So we're going to use this as an analogy. Okay. Each one of these pearls represents the breath that God has given each one of us.
Thank you, Lord.
When things get knotted and tangled and twiny, pain with medical, with divorce, with rejection, with so busy. I'm a mama of a 2-year-old, and I love him with all my heart, but not having time to be able to do the calling that God has. But my calling right now as a parent, sometimes we feel knotted up and we can't breathe. So what we have to do is realize these pearls do not go before swine. The enemy wants to destroy. So we take the pearls that God has given us and we say, open our heart. That's the most important. We close our heart because we're in pain. So we mentally say, Lord, help me open my heart and let me experience your love. And if we could just breathe in, hold that breath, exhale it out. That breath will open up the brain's activity to start to reawaken our eyes and just say, God, can you just give me breath again? Give me strength. Give me your love. Let me see the pearls that you've made me into be. And let me see how I'm able to be a blessing to others joyfully. I think that would be the key. That's what God just put on my heart.
I love that. And what a great analogy. And it's so beautiful. Listen, y'all, you need to check this film out. Not just because we say so. You go and read the reviews and listen to see what everybody else has said. Movies with a Mission. And I'm so glad we had this time together, Jen. My sweet sister from New York. And we're going to go to a fancy dinner tonight.
Oh, going to the
we're going to media. Yes, we're going to get off of here. But God bless you guys. And we look forward to seeing you here next time on Keys to Your Best Life. God bless.